So hey, it's Monday, week 6. I know, it's kind of crazy. We got snow again. Look outside, there's snow. Thank you first. I got my pin. I got my mentor pin. Thank you for helping fuel the mission of First. We're grateful for your dedication and support. Please accept this small token of our gratitude. So that's very nice. I think I put it on here. Is this how it works? So it's Monday. We have a special guest today. Very special guest. Renee Becker-Blau is here with us today.
Hello. How
Hi,
are
Renee.
you doing?
I'm great. I'm great.
I heard you say it was Monday of week 6. I had a little bit of a panic moment there. Whoa. That means events are coming up.
You're in charge of really providing a great product to a lot of FRC teams in the state of Indiana. You're the executive director of Indiana First.
Yep, that's it.
Are there a lot of teams that are reaching out to you now saying, hey, Renee, I need this help. I need that help. What are they saying?
Well, so Chris Osborne is our fantastic program director for Indiana First, and he has gotten a few teams here reaching out. I think the biggest question we've gotten is, will we get a kind of leeway on the weather issue? Indiana has been hit pretty hard in terms of weather, and, obviously, headquarters has their first policy related to snow, and so we are not getting any extended time. But we keep reminding teams that next year they won't really have this issue.
Right.
So it's kind of interesting.
And I think there's other states that might have gotten it worse than Indiana did. Hopefully teams are just trudging through the bad weather and figuring out how to make it work. I mean, many teams come up with that, have the same problem. As you can see, I'm having chili today.
It looks really good.
I got it yesterday, and it's better the day after you get it.
Like
usually.
lasagna, yeah.
Exactly. I'll save that for later. Today is chili day because it's so cold and snowy outside.
It's chilly.
It's chilly, yes. Have you seen some of this stuff on YouTube and Twitter? There's some pretty cool new robot videos coming out.
I have. I've seen a couple of them. I have to admit, in planning for our events, I haven't really been on social media much. But if there are a couple you wanted to highlight, I'd love to take a look at them.
Starting here in Indiana, I saw the quadrangles.
Yes.
3494. 3494. I always get the numbers mixed up. 3494 quadrangles have a nice, like a motorcycle jack stand lift thing going on. So that's a good thing. And then speaking of lifts, FRC World is buzzing because of Citrus Circus has this censored triple robot lift that everybody's talking about with, and I hear motors turning as it's lifting 3 robots, so I assume it's not pneumatic.
Oh, wow.
And that's pretty exciting to see.
I saw your guys' the Sabertooth video where there was this pull up, and it was amazing.
It's good to see a plan come together.
It is.
I did see a ramp out there, 2977. FRC 2977 has a nice ramp. They have a robot climbing up their nice ramp really easily, getting on to HAB 3. They have the last step of the ramp was these 2 flaps that went down as the robot kind of cleared the gap between 2977 and the HAB 3 platform. Because if you think about that, there's a bumper sitting there below that area, so you would have to have a little bridge going from the robot to the final HAB 3 level.
Well, I just think it's really cool how all of these teams have such different ways to get to HAB 3. That's been really impressive to see. I mean, obviously that's what First is for. To see all these different designs and to watch the kids be creative.
To me, when I go to an event, it's kind of like Christmas morning when I open up presents, I get to see all these different mechanisms that a lot of the kids on our team thought about something might work, and maybe we didn't agree that their idea was for our team, but they can see that idea on a different robot at an event. It kind of verifies that they had a good idea and a good robot that would work. The team just chose it wasn't for our team. One of the things that I think that teams should do, and you can speak about this too, you've seen a lot of robots.
I have.
Probably the biggest advice I have for teams right now when they're finishing up their robot is weigh your robot.
That is absolutely important. An essential part of the build season. You really want to make sure that you're wearing that robot. If you are overweight now, it's a lot easier to try and fix that before you get to your first event. So please weigh the robot.
We had a team come visit us at Andy Mark on Saturday. They were well underweight, but also they're as they're driving around, getting up on HAB 1, maybe getting up HAB 2, they have an elevator system. I'm not going to name them because I don't want to out their robot to or the community, but they had to figure out when they're tippy and when they're not tippy because of the elevator going up and down. So those of you who have elevators or lift systems or something that goes up, you got to watch your center of gravity too, not just your weight, but where your weight is might lead to you tipping over if you're not driving it carefully. I
just had a moment where I envisioned the robots on HAP 3 potentially using an elevator and falling, and that was traumatic. So hopefully we won't see that happen.
Unfortunately, I bet we will, but I don't wish that on anybody. Right?
Well, and last week we had the Chairman's Awards and Woody Flowers Finalist Awards due, and then this week we have the Dean's List Awards due. So that's coming up here Thursday. Two teams. You have 2 students that you're able to submit, sophomores, juniors. Take a look at the first website for that information. But I think that's really important to remind people about because there are so many amazing students in this program. They should definitely have the opportunity to go through an interview process, and it should be easy for us as mentors to write about how awesome they are.
Now you mentioned sophomores and juniors. Why it's not seniors?
So it's sophomores and juniors so that the students, instead of as seniors, they go off to these amazing colleges that they've gotten scholarships from first for. You remember apply.
Yep.
We want the students to come back and make an impact on the community once they are seniors or juniors. And so that's why you have that timetable where, because the seniors are going off to college, they wouldn't be able to come back and make an impact. And also, colleges want to be recruiting those students to come to their schools. And so being a Dean's List student, by the time you're a sophomore or junior, that next year with the college applications when you're a senior is incredibly important and really useful for those students.
We mentioned teens that might be worried about their weight or center of gravity, or maybe they're just not meeting their deadline because they got a week behind with the snow and the temperatures. So what should they do if they're in trouble at this point of their build season?
Definitely ask for help. So you could go to your first senior mentors in your area, any veteran teams locally. I definitely think that team-to-team support is something that we really embrace in the first community. We're not the sports teams that are super competitive and you can't share each other's top secrets with each other. This is a program where, if you're a rookie team or a younger team, or maybe you're just having a hard season, going to someone in your area is something you can absolutely do. But if you don't have their information, your regional director, your first senior mentor, any of those contacts would be able to help you get connected with them.
I think the corollary of that is true. If you're one of those high resource, well-established teams in the area, now's the time to reach out to the teams that you helped recruit and help do demos with during the fall. Send them a note, give them a call, ask them how they're doing, because they might be elbow deep into something that they need help with. And I know that you're busy too. We're all busy building robots, but take a few minutes to ask them how they're doing. Do they need help? Do they need some parts? Whatever you can do to help those teams is good, I think. Teams out there, another reminder to you, especially the West Coast teams and the Deep South teams, we have this thing called AM Advantage for continental United States teams to get good shipping during build season. Please know that ends upon Bag Day this year. We'll have to figure out what to do next year with that. We don't have a plan for that. That's next year. AM Advantage shipping ends for you teams who get 2-day shipping instead of 3 or 4-day shipping if you pay for ground. That ends on Bag Day. Bag Day is in a week and a day. What are we gonna do?
I don't know what we're gonna do, Andy.
Oh. So Bag Day is coming up. 1 week and 1 day.
1 week and 1 day.
That'd be 8 days to you and me.
No way. I can't believe it.
Way. You're bagging your robot. Let's see some pretty cool last year Bag Day celebrations. I'd like to see some videos and some
photos,
maybe some memes or whatever out there that they have some fun bagging the robot the last time ever.
So Andy,
what?
Teams out in New England have their first winter break coming up.
That's right, yes.
That's right. And so we have a week and a day until Bag Day.
Yes, that's right.
And
so if you have vacation coming up,
they need a plan.
Or a term paper.
They need a plan.
They need a plan.
We need a plan. You all need a plan.
So figure out how to bag that robot.
Have communication.
Can we start having lunch with Renee?
Sure.
This is much better.
Every Monday?
Yeah.
I'll just have lunch.
I like this new format.
With Renee.
So thank you, Renee, for being here.
Yeah, anytime, Andy.
And you guys have a great week 6. Hopefully you'll get all the stuff done this week that you'll plan on getting done. Be safe. We'll see you on Wednesday.
top priority being lactose intolerant.
I think my chili is lactose intolerant. Lactose free. My chili is lactose free.
That's great. That was.
You know what I meant.
I did. It just took a second.
Da 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 da
No. Did I get it? Did I get it?
You got it.
Yes.
So,
Blue family. Blues, purples.
Happy to
can we
record
do that one more time?
Wow.
Please don't hit the.
More, please. I have to clean my glasses. They're kind of dirty. Can you see that? Can you see that?
That's just.
That's not how any of this works.
Please tell me you got that on camera.
Yep. I know what my end credit is.